Hi guys, welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Next video we're going to take a look at another one of the figures that has recently been re-released as part of the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary wave. And that is this one here. That is the Black Series Yoda. Now before we look at this one, we'll look at the packaging that this one came in. So this is the archive line variant, as you can see by the different packaging, as opposed to the classic Black Series packaging that I showed the Han Solo Bespin in. So that's it's the different style that they had for basically reissuing the figures in a new wave. So there are some slight differences between this one and the original retailed one, which came out back in 2015. But the artwork by Gregory Titus is pretty much the same, and then you do have on the back a picture of the original with the original figure in there. And of course there is the bio, which is just down there, and so if you want to read that, pause the video and then you can give it a read. So that is there to have a look at. So yeah, that's basically when it comes to this different packaging to the regular Black Series, of course, which is the better look that I think had. It was a good improvement that this had. So of course this new one's going to be released under the vintage style card back, but there'll be a picture of it right there, so you can see what it looks like really. So that's basically what the figure really looks like on retail for the 40th anniversary line. But as I said, this is the archive line. But this figure is basically pretty much the same one because basically just for what it has. The main thing here is a photoreal Yoda face. That was something that wasn't included on the original, because I just looked at the picture of the original, and that one looked very cartoony Yoda, like sort of out of the scene where Yoda sort of falls over while Luke sinks his X-wing and he goes concentrate or whatever. So that's a little bit different there to what we have. But this figure is excellent. It was a very downscaled figure compared to the rest of the Black Series 6-inch figures, because a lot of them are much taller when you compare it to a Yoda. Like I've got Boba Fett here, and you can just see there's a vast difference between the two in size. So yeah, you kind of got a little different there, but you still get bang for your buck, as this phrase goes, because you do get a handful of extra little accessories. The first one you get is the snake, which hangs around Yoda's neck, sort of like a necklace. That one is easily removable, and it's a really nicely sculpted snake as well, like all the little pattern on the skin for the thing that comes off. You do have the flute as well that Yoda has in the original trilogy, and his belt, which is removable here, and of course the cane he commonly walks around with when he's on Dagobah, and even around the Jedi Temple in the prequel trilogy. So yeah, but that's not all the accessories, because you do also get Yoda's green lightsaber. It's kind of like the R2 figure, because that one was very much smaller in comparison, but you had a handful of extra accessories. You had sort of his radar reader thing. Is sort of the front of him opens up so you can access his tools. You had a lightsaber that you could stick in one side, and his little sight thing, and rocket packs on the side. So they really gave you those extra bit of accessories just so you weren't paying the same retail price for a smaller figure with less accessories. But the great thing about this one is you can actually make it prequel style, so you can just remove the cane basically as is, or you can keep that on if you wanted to. And as I said, the snake is removable there, easily simple as. The flute can take a bit of an effort to remove, but luckily Hasbro have made the head of this one easy to take off, so you can just remove it and then take the flute out, and then you can just settle it back on as before. And the belt is easily removable by this buckle here, and then you can sort of open his cloak out a bit if you want to, sort of like that, and then just pose him with the lightsaber as he is in the prequel trilogy. So he's a very sort of two-in-one figure. Of course, he is intended to be original trilogy based, because the facial sculpt is taking that one off his face in The Empire Strikes Back, and not his face in Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. But I do display this one on my prequel trilogy section with Mace Windu and Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme. So yeah, that's what I like about this, having this one as sort of a 2-in-1 available, and also as well the cloak robe thing is removable, so you can sort of have him when he's been battling Darth Sidious in Revenge of the Sith, and then he makes his escape through the tunnel. Of course, because at that point he's now lost his lightsaber permanently, because of course in the original trilogy he doesn't have it. If you've been reading the comics, you'll know that the lightsaber was actually thrown into a furnace shortly after, and destroyed after Master Vader sort of held it out as sort of a mark of the Jedi Order now being over. The articulation on this is really good as well. You have a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders, double joints at the elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, swivel thighs. There's no need for the knees because of the size of his legs, but you do have the ball joints at the ankle. The only real letdown is there's no swivel biceps here, so you can't have him holding his lightsaber in two hands is actually really difficult. You can't have him sort of do a pose across the front because of the. If you want to do that, you have to do it sort of like that with the lightsaber. So that's a little bit of a letdown for the figure there. But aside from that, because if you're intending to use it for an original trilogy Empire Strikes Back base, it's not that big a deal because you're not going to be using the lightsaber for it. But if you were and you wanted to get some fancy poses, that's not possible, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame. I've just knocked over the belt there. I'll just put that back up. But yeah, I usually keep this one in display for prequel trilogy style because I just like that look better with Yoda. It's just my kind of thing, the way I prefer it, to be honest. This isn't the only, as I said, this Yoda is available in the original Black series from 2015, which is probably hard to get now, but it's also available in the 40th anniversary line. But there is also a Force Spirit version of Yoda that came out recently too, so they're all available there. But I do like having this one because I didn't have this one until just at Christmas when I got it then, last Christmas. So it was a relief to have that in the collection at last and just have him on display with my prequel trilogy figures. I'll give you one good look at that photoreal face, head, and just how well they've sculpted it from episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. 'Cause it just looks amazing. I can't fathom how great that is. It's just, yeah, as I said, it's worth having if you're a Star Wars collector, and it's available now in the 40th anniversary line, and some retailers might have the archive line variant of it available as well. And if you're able to, that is in the UK right now, because some of the UK at the time of filming this video, some of the UK is still on lockdown, and recently some of the places have gone back into Leicester, for example, have gone back into a local lockdown. So yeah, if you're able to have a look at the time of filming this video, if it's changed, don't worry, you can go and have a look. But if it hasn't, yeah, you'll just have to wait around or check an online retailer so you can get your hands on the archive one of the 40th anniversary line. So yeah, that's Yoda from the Black Series archive line. Hope you enjoyed looking at him, and do drop this video a like if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll get back to you next time with my next video. See you later.